Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is well. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. My name is Reese, and this actually let me kind of take this off. Let me take this off. Let me show you guys. My name is Reese. I am the I've coined this phrase before, but I'm gonna say it again. I'm the best vets centre back in the universe. Remember that. My name is Bruce. Hope everyone is well. Thank you to everyone that is tuning in. Welcome to the Voices of the Game. This episode we'll be talking about all of the teams. The season's now finished. I'll be kind of talking about each and every team, strengths and weaknesses, or constructive criticism. Anyway, for this season and this season only. But before I continue, let me just remind everyone. It's the London Vets Cup final, sponsored by yours truly, Highgate Albion versus Sporting Bengal. And that is next week, Sunday, back in FC. We'll be having a conversation on Sunday with both teams, talking about everything that's kind of gone on. And yeah, you know what? We will get down and dirty. Anyway, enough of that. We're going to go straight into the breakdown. So before I begin, let me show you exactly how the table finished. 8th place, Santos. 7th place, Leonie Stars. Bow Street were 6th. Kauai were 5th. LSU Masters were 4th. Independent were 3rd. Catford was 2nd. And Hollerton finished as champions. So this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to talk about each and every team, starting from the 8th place team, going all the way to the top. I'm going to be talking about their season, getting their strengths and their weaknesses or constructive criticism just for 24-25 season. And again, big shout to everyone who is watching live and also watching on the replay. Please feel free to put any comments in. I am here for you guys. All right, let's start with Santos. Let's start with Santos. So first and foremost, let me shout out Junior. Big shout out to Junior and the family. And I wish him and everyone connected to his family and also to Santos well. So that's first and foremost. But again, this is a football show, so I'm going to be talking about Santos. So I would say that their strengths for this season, and again, Santos finished last. They finished 8th. Strengths for this season, and again, I've kind of wrote some notes, is that they continued to play throughout the season. There were talk about them folding. Of course, we were supposed to have them in a cup, and they kind of gave us the round. And it's honestly, it's never good when a team falls, especially in the top division, especially a team that we all know well. So I have to give it to Santos in terms of their strength for not giving up and playing right to the end. I mean, they played us last game of the season. So again, that is for me such a strength. In terms of a weakness or criticism, constructive criticism for this season, they didn't have the players. Let's be absolutely, honest here. That's the reason why they finished last. No goalkeeper. The back four was ever changing. Midfield was ever changing. The kind of offensive line just didn't score the goals. They were struggling, and it's going to be very interesting if there's a relegation. How Santos are now going to bounce back from this. This is probably going to hurt Junior and the players a lot. How are they going to bounce back from finishing last? How are they going to regroup as a collective and actually show everyone, look, we deserve to be in the Prem. We are actually not a team that's going to be here just getting beat by every single team. So it's going to be very interesting next season. The players that they bring in, the players who are going to go as well. And again, big shout to Ashley as well, ever present for Santos. And again, I kind of wish them well. Let's go on to the 7th place team, Leonie Stars. So I would say that their strengths, offensively, honestly, they are really, really sharp. Big shout to Rashid. he like gave us a lot of problems. I mean, that was a team that we drew against at our ground. And if you allow them to play, if you kind of allow Leone Stars to have confidence, like they can play you off the park, and they will always bring support as well. And I think people really underestimate having your supporters on the sideline just G's you up that extra bit, especially when things are going well. I was having like a lot of banter with the Leone Stars lot, and again, fair like play to them, and they like came out with a 2-2 draw. And again, I think Leone Stars, again, if they recruit well, they can be a problem. I would say their weakness is recruitment, different players in different positions, and every time I've played against Leone Stars, if you score early or if you rattle them, then you see the disharmony in the team. You like see how disorganized they are as well as a team. Yes, they're finished in the bottom two, and again, it's going to be very interesting if like there's going to be a relegation, and I'll briefly talk about that. But again, they have to learn how to control their emotions and to play the game, because there's like going to be games where they are not going to be consistent, where the other team are like going to have the majority of the ball, and they just have to stay solid and literally stay compact and weather the storm. That's what the better teams do. So that's Leone Stars, who finished in 7th. Bow Street, who finished 6th. So Bow Street, I think they finished 2nd last season in like Division 1. So Bow Street, I think everyone knows in terms of what their strengths are. They are hardworking, honest team. They like have a 4-4-2 system, really kind of old school. They've got 2 like strikers that will run all day. They're again selfless, and like they will always make the game difficult. I have always said, away from home, probably the most trickiest game that I've played is against Bow Street, especially when the conditions are not great. They know how to play on that pitch, and if they smell any weakness, if they an inch, then they will just keep on going. They'll keep on going. And again, fair play to Bow Street. In terms of their weakness, they don't really have a lot of pace at the back. You can really get at them, and literally that's kind of what we've found, especially playing them at our ground, is that if you're going to get in behind them, they don't have the pace and the mobility to actually get back into position, and that's literally where we cut them open, and that's probably where a lot of teams actually cut them open. Mobility is going to be one thing for them, and also recruitment. There's some talk, well, it's probably not even talk, I think it's true anyway, that they are looking to move to a league closer to their ground, which is again, fair enough. And I think a lot of teams would have probably fancied them to actually go down, but finishing 6th, like finishing outside of the relegation zone, again, it's a hell of achievement. So yeah, well done to Bow Street. 5th place this season was Kuya. So Kuya finished last season, they finished 1st. I think they were unbeaten in the league below, and they finished 5th. So with Kuya, exactly how Kuya are going to play. They have very tricky wingers. Again, if they get it in behind, they literally have the pace and the momentum to actually run onto balls. I mean, that's a team that we drew against, and if they smell blood, I mean, they scored 2 quick goals against us, and they caught us cold. And literally, that's what Kuya can do. If they play, if they're on their game, if they're on the A game, they will be a trouble. They'll be trouble to any team in this league. I would say that their weakness as a team, as a collective, is that they don't defend together. They don't defend together. I don't know if it's a tactic that, like Ray has said, but as a team, you can get at them, especially at their back 4. Being 2-up against us or against anyone else, you would think that they would shut shop. I know that they were leading even Hollington at a stage as well. you would think that they would shut shop and literally close it out. But as a team, they don't defend together. I've seen it on numerous occasions. And that's going to be going forward if they really want to challenge, for this title. That is literally one thing that they have to work on. And it's desire, it's commitment, it's planning, it's like strategy. This league is very unforgiving. So, yes, you score together, but you've got to defend together. So yeah, that's kind of what I've got to say about Kawuya. 4th place, LSU. So I would say LSU strengths this season was their resilience. Their resilience and their management, and literally having the fortitude to continue. And what I mean by that, if anyone knows within the vets, of course, there was a huge saga in the London Vets Cup with them and Summers, and it hampered their season. I think they didn't play for probably close to a month or so, and mentally and physically, it really affected management, and it could have probably trickled down into the players. If you haven't played for 4 weeks and everyone else is playing, it's very hard to play catch up, because other teams have got points on the board and have got momentum, they've got consistency. It's very hard. This is not professional. You've got to be playing almost every week to find any sort of rhythm and momentum. And I think their mental strength was this season a strength of theirs, 100%. I would say their weakness was they just ran out of steam. Mentally and physically. I think the whole Summers saga, again, as I said before, affected them. Yes, they did beat Summers, but they didn't really have a great running. They drew against Bow Street, and no, tell that they lost against Bow Street. And literally, I don't think they won the last 7-8 games, including the Cup semi-final against Sporting Bengal. It's very unusual for LSU to concede 8 against Independent. That's not the LSU that people know. They were the defending champions. They just ran out of steam. And again, next season, it's gonna be very interesting to see what Lloydie does, what Sub does, what Jason does as well, and what the team does. Because this team, on paper, probably have the most experience and they're kind of clutch players. But for whatever reason, in the last couple of games, they just crumbled. And even Sub even said, look, the fight is gone, and we have to get the fight back, because if you don't fight in this league, you will be turned over. Independent showed it against LSU. They beat them by 8. They beat them by 8. Could have been more, I heard. They beat them by 8. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what LSU do next season. 3rd place was Independent. So Independent, I can say in my own opinion, I think Independent probably defensively have the strongest defensive back 5 in the league. With Mel in goal, absolutely quality. And yes, I brought Mel to Independent just to kind of clarify a few things. And we've got Nathaniel, and again, he's just been an amazing player for them for the past four seasons now. And literally what they've done, they've recruited Nick that used to play for LSU. Again, just a solid defender. Perez as well, that played left back. Again, quality, and again, Independent. Again, defensively, their back 5. It's very hard to break them down. They know how to defend as a unit. There's no ifs, there's no buts, there's no maybes. They just know how to clear their lines. And in this league, that's literally what you need. Their weakness is their front line. They don't have a number 9. they just don't score goals. Of course, like apart from the game against LSU, they've got a record of like +3, and they scored 8 against LSU. So you could, so if you kind of do like the maths, they were literally in the minuses. They just don't score enough goals, and they miss Dash. Dash is their number 9. Is like no one else. Like no one else can do what Dash does. And anyone else that kind of came in to that team was just not good enough. And I know Dash scored a free kick, I believe, against us to make it 1-1. And again, that's what Dash can do. Can Independent manage Dash's injury? Can Dash get over this injury, this serious injury? Can Independent recruit well in the offensive line? Because again, they've got Nino, who like for me, again, on song is like one of the most dangerous wingers in this league, 100%. But they need someone to play to actually play off. They need a number 9. If they have a number 9, I'm gonna say that they'll be one of the 2 favorites, two or 3 favorites, definitely. And literally, I know with the history of Independent coming from Peckham Town, LSUB, etc., and again going like through like the leagues, they now belong in this division. They now belong in the Premier Division, and they want to win it as well. So yeah, I think recruitment is going to be really, really interesting, from like Ray and from Paul and from or whoever is actually managing the team. Second place is Catford. And again, I think a lot of people didn't think Catford deserved to be in the top division. A lot of people thought Catford would go down. We finished 4th last season in Division 1. Seagas didn't want to go up, so we took their place. And again, there was a lot of hoo-ha. There was a lot of noise. Catford are this and Catford are that. Catford are going to fold. They don't have the players. They don't have the mentality, etc. But we proved everyone wrong. We've proved everyone wrong, guys. We've proved everyone wrong. And everyone that's been on my show, we've proved you wrong. Anyone that was talking, we've proved you wrong. Finishing 2nd. And again, like I'd say, like the strength of this season has been the management. How like Nana has settled the ship. He's again, like I've said this, like a few times. He's like molded the team, in his in his character. Hardworking, passionate, hard to beat. Flair. We've like got a bit of everything. And finishing 2nd, I mean, again, that's an unbelievable season. And again, it's going to be very, very, very interesting. And I would say our kind of weakness or kind of constructive criticism is, especially at the back end of the season, we kind of fumbled over the line. Did we run out of steam? Was the pressure getting like a little bit too much? It's about those clutch moments. But games against Leone Stars where we drew, Bow Street as well, Kawuya, again, these are within all of those games, we literally took the lead. We took the lead in these games, and we were in control, but we lost concentration. Is that inexperience from McNana? Is that us trying to rush certain things? And we've got 2 cup semi-finals. Have we run out of steam leading up to these two set semi-finals? Because I've done the behind the scenes, and again, like we don't hide anything. So it's going to be very interesting in the next couple of weeks, because again, our season, we feel as a club, has just started. Do we have the energy? Do we kind of have the, I would say, the guile to continue and to, play well against Dynamo, to play well against Independent? it's going to be a very interesting couple of weeks. And the team that finished first, Hollington. Big shout to Hollington, league champions, and truly deserved. Again, like their strengths, probably right now like the best footballing team in the league, especially in the first few weeks. Again, Andre and Brett are probably the most two deadly strikers as well in the league. Again, like they were just racking up goals. They were kind of just racking up their like totals, and again that just breeds confidence. If Brett and Andre are on form, you're gonna score goals. You are definitely gonna score goals. I would say weakness or constructive criticism is, do they have a plan B? Do they have a plan B of playing? And like we've seen it a few times. If the passing, if the movement is not right, can they go direct? And do they have someone there that can hold up the ball and bring people into play? When like we played them, I think Morris came on for the last 20 minutes and he did okay, but again, I had him in my pocket, which was again pretty easy. But he was someone that could bring the ball down and bring people into play. And for next season, if they're looking to win more competitions, because I think probably deep down, let's be honest here, probably within the camp, they thought that they were probably looking to win maybe the double, so like maybe the league and a cup, possibly like the London Cup. So winning the league is an amazing achievement, but to win more than just the one trophy, you've got to have more than one way to play. Do they have the players to do that? Do they have the players that can G up the players around them when they're not playing well? Do they have that person that can put in a tackle, win a header, shout at someone, and that player knowing that it's no disrespect and this is football, and carry on focused and get the game done? They've like won the league, like your league is your bread and butter, 100%. But now they would probably want to now go on and actually look to win the London Cup, which again is no mean feat, because they lost against Brentwood. Was it 7 or 8? I'm not too sure. But again, having a different way of playing will like definitely add another string to their bow. But again, well deserved that they literally deserve to win the league. So again, let me just show you the league table. Hollington first, Catford second, Independent third, Masters fourth, Collier fifth, Bow Street sixth, Leonie Star seventh, and Sporting Santos eighth. So for me personally, as a kind of Catford player, we have two semi-finals. One against Dynamo, who are I believe crowned champions of the championship. So again, well I done to Dynamo, and then we've got another one against Independent, who I've said they're going to be a very, very hard team to beat. Regarding the league itself, Bow Street are going to be going. I believe, and this is my suggestion to the league, is there's no relegation and bring 3 teams up from the championship. So that's the winner, which is Dynamo, second place, which is Greenwich Borough, and Metro Gas, because we played against Metro Gas, and again they're a very, very physical, hard-working team. And if they don't want to go, then they go to the 4th place team. We went up as the 4th place team, and look what we did. What we want is a very competitive league. And I believe if you can have 3 teams are one additional team, as well as Dynamo and Greenwich Borough, because Greenwich Borough have got Titus and let's see, I believe they've got Gary O'Neill as well. We want a competitive league. We want games to be close. We want to be talking about amazing goals, amazing tackles. This is literally what we want in the Premier League. So having 3 teams promoted, there's no relegation because Bow Street are going, and then we keep everything the same. I think teams would literally want that, and possibly even a Kamazi or a Barnhurst as well. Why not chuck someone else in the mix? Let's kind of make this one of the most exciting pre-seasons and seasons next year as possible. Guys, thank you so much for listening. And if there's any comments, please feel free. We're going to comment here. What is going on, Nana? Hope you are well. Big shout out to our gaffer, Nana. So, yeah, that's it, really. Again, my name is Tabrice, the best grassroots vets centre-back in the universe. Actually, not, let's say London, let's kind of make it a lot more believable. And again, good luck to everyone at Catford. We'll have our game on Saturday. I'm sure the address and dates will be out. And also as well, just to let everyone know, it's the London Vets Cup final sponsored by yours truly next week, Sunday at Barking FC. I will be having 2 representatives from the clubs coming onto the show on Sunday. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching and listening. Please feel free to share this to a friend, and I'll see you on Sunday.